Good day, people. How are you doing? It's me, Robin. Hi. Okay, so I'm gonna do a video today. I wanted to I actually wanted to. So I just got a message. I was reading what it was saying. I wanted to actually put a face on because I feel like a poo. I cried last night because the dogs knocked over these bottles I was making. And shattered them. I literally stopped counting at 6 bottles, and they've taken forever to make. When I say guys, it took me hours. I mean, I'm talking about like fetching the bottles, removing the labels, washing them off, painting them with their base coat. That's 3 layers. That's 3 days for drying time, because if you try and paint straight after they feel dry, the sponge ends up taking the paint away. Then it's the dotting. Then it's a day to that to dry. Then it's podge. Then it's a sealant. Then it's another. Guys, I was on the last layer of sealant, and we decided then to just go up to Alex's dad's house. Sorry, I had to think where I was. And then Blanny dogs jumped through the window, knocking the bottles over, came home, saw the bottles, crying my eyes out. Freaking just sat by the kitchen table. I was supposed to make supper. Alex just grabbed the broom, started sweeping everything up, made supper for me, because I was just like, hours of work. And now I'm going to try and catch that work up, and that's money that's gone, and it's not like we're in the best of times for this to freaking happen. So I'm not in a good space. So then I wanted to just do a video and then put a little bit of a face on, because I don't feel very nice today. And then I actually wanted to just have a chat with you guys, because I don't know if I'm normal, to be honest, with the nightmares I've been having. Nightmares. I mean, we're already in what month? April? And I can probably count on one hand how many good dreams I've had. Where I woke up, I was like, that was a really good dream. And I wish that I could wake up from a dream, go pee, and then come back straight into that dream, but I always end up dreaming something bad. But funny enough, when I have a nightmare, I'll go back to bed and I'll be like, no, I don't want to dream about the nightmare, and go back into a different nightmare or same nightmare. How does that work? I don't know. So I don't know if I'm actually normal with the amount of nightmares I have. It's like insane. So I wanted to tell you about 3 nightmares that I've had, story time, this year, that have like kind of really bothered me quite a bit. So I'm going to put a little bit of a face on while I tell you about it. No specific order in terms of how I dreamt these bad dreams, but they just really bother me. I mean, I don't think it's normal to have so many bad dreams. It's not normal. So anyway, so my first dream, let's start off with my first dream, okay? First dream being, what should we do? Let's do, okay, the houses, the house dream. Okay, I'll tell you about the house dream. Also, trigger warning, I'm going to mention something in here, I don't want to upset anyone. And if you don't like scary stories, because I think they're rather disturbing actually, then rather don't listen. So that is a warning. Some of them are quite graphic, but I won't go into it because I don't think YouTube likes that very much. So I'm not going to upset anyone. Sorry, this base is a bit pale. I'm not telling you what I'm using. I'm just going to be hoing something on. Okay, so anyway, so I dream that in my dream, in this nightmare, we have inherited houses, okay? 3 houses on one massive property, but it's not here in South Africa. It's, like if you watch the movie like Ireland, Wales, those stone houses with the moss growing up there, with the the driveway with the pond in the middle, not the pond, what's it called? Water feature, like that type of vibes, okay? So this realtor takes us to these properties, and she's like, okay, guys, amongst you got 3 houses to choose from. Have a look at the houses and what they look like, and then discuss amongst yourself who's going to get what house. So everybody's walking off to this main big one, right? But I get completely drawn in to this one that's got like this stone feature in this garden, right? So I go a little bit closer to go and check what's happening, and it's a statue of like a dragon Loch Ness monster, but this thing's huge. Like, I'm looking up at it like this, and it goes in and out through the ground, so just part of its body is like sticking out with this detailed head and stunning. So I was like, okay, well, dang, I want this property because the snake looks amazing. And it's right by this like Olympic size freaking swimming pool, right? But the swimming pool's empty and it's a bit cracked and, you know, you can see it's been neglected. No one's been there for many, many years. And now I want to go look how big this pool is, because if this thing is this high, I want to walk into the pool and I want to see how deep this pool goes. And I'm walking down the stairs into the pool, and the stone steps going into it, one of them click. And I'm like, okay, well, it is old. Don't take too much note of it. And as it clicks, I proceed to the last step and walk into the base of the pool or bottom of the pool. And the cracks start like spewing out blood in this pool, okay? And I'm like, what? And I'm trying to understand what's going on. And it just starts filling up, this blood. Where it comes from, I don't know. But the pool is just filling up. And I am trying to get out of this damn thing. But I am slipping so much in the sludge and everything, like this thick membrane type of substance, blood. It was so disgusting, and all I'm trying to do is get out this pool. And you swear I'd run a marathon before that my legs were like jelly, because I could not work these legs. It was, I'm slipping, my legs aren't strong enough, I can't get to the end of the damn pool or any sides of the pool to get out. And I end up waking up. That was like horrific. I'm like, why would I dream about, like, why would you dream about that? Okay? So that disturbed me quite a lot. Like, and like my nightmares and my dreams, and I don't know if everybody else is the same when they dream. The detail, it's like watching a movie. Like, it's there. Okay, so anyway, my second nightmare is we are at this suburb. It's supposed to be like a party thing we're going to, and I'm sure that's freaking rubbed in by now, tapping my life away. So we go to this house, and this whole neighborhood's like really quiet, okay, like there's no movement whatsoever. And we go into this house, and everyone that's with me, I don't recognize any of their faces, but in my dream nightmare thing, I know that they are my friends. And some guy or someone randomly decided, no, they're gonna ransack this house and, you know, like rob the place. And I'm like, that's really an awful thing to do, you know. We don't even know whose place this is. I don't know anyway. And these people are just like running in, taking stuff and, you know, doing their thing. And I'm upstairs and I'm looking down the stairs at the front door, and there's this handyman doing something to the locks. And I'm like, why is this guy that's not part of the group so nonchalant about these people ransacking this house, and he's changing locks? And he's fiddling on the windows, and and I'm at the top of the staircase, watching my friends take stuff, watching this guy slowly move past everyone and just doing all these things to the windows and the doors. And I'm like, you know what, my nerves are shot. We're going to get freaking arrested. Yeah, I don't want to be a part of any of this, so I decide to leave. And as I walk down the stairs, I walk past him, but his back's facing towards me, but he's back at the front door. And I walk out and I make my way down the road. And I'm assuming that he closed the door behind me. And I'm halfway down the road, and I hear just screaming, like gunshots going off. I hear I can't explain to you the type of scream that was going on. Like, these people were being murdered. And I'm like, that guy just locked in everyone, and then he's basically murdering everyone. Like, what is this a setup? And now I'm like, oh my word, now do I go back and help them, or do I try and hide? And I'm still in the road listening to the screams, and then it's quiet. It's dead silence. And I hear a vehicle start, and it's like this blue double cab bakkie that reverses out of the driveway. And then I'm like, this oak, he's gonna freaking see me. Yeah, I'm standing in the road. He's gonna know I'm here. And I there's another bucket park and a bush thing parked, and I'm like, I must go under the bush. I need to go like hide myself, right? And I do. He gets to it drives right past me, and I'm laying under the bush like this, and I just see the wheels, and I see him at the stop sign, and I hear the truck leave, but I hear the truck stop, and I hear the door close, and I hear footprints, and I hear he's coming towards me, and I am freaking out, and then I wake up. So what the freaking SpongeBob mess? Okay, maybe I must stop listening to Crime and Investigation. Maybe I need to give my homegirl Bailey a little bit of a rest, because that was something out of like something you would hear on like a murder channel. And then this dream, I'm having not been focusing on my face yet. This last dream nightmare that I had brought me to tears. I was crying in my sleep that Alex had to physically wake me up like this to get me out of the dream. The tears were running down my cheeks. Like, that is how intense this nightmare was. And I'll tell you about it now. So I'm going to grab my brush. So I dreamed this guy. I know the guy in my dream. It's an ex of mine, okay? So I'm looking down to see what I'm doing. And he is ghastly thin. Like, thin. And he is completely out of it. Like, he was almost like drugged up, but I don't know. Like, okay, this is basically what he looked like. He was thin, and he had no shirt on, and he had this pants, but the pants were so baggy and they were hanging off of him. And he was holding his body like this, okay? And his eyes are closed, and he's doing this. Like, he's trying to almost wake himself out of the state that he's in, or I don't know, okay? So he's holding himself like this, and I'm screaming at him to open up his eyes. And he's standing in a room, and there's a door. So all I see is like this darkness in a room, him and this door. And while I'm screaming to him to wake up, this shadow man, let's call him that because that's what he looked like in my dream, tall, thin, standing behind him. I'm even getting freaking goosebumps. I'm getting freaking goosebumps even talking about it. I can't even tell you how intense this dream was for me. Standing behind, like, comes behind him, and he's looking at me, and I'm now it's like panic mode. Like, what the hell is this Oaks deal, you know, right? And he takes this guy by the shoulders, and he's like leading him towards the door, but looking at me. And this other person in my dream is still holding himself doing this. And all I can think to myself is, if I just wake this guy up, he can get away from the shadow man guy. Because there's a barrier keeping me from running to him and shaking him. I can't get through. I can't penetrate through whatever's keeping me to get this Oak saved, right? And I am screaming his name, wake up. And as I'm screaming, I look at the door. And when I look at the door flings open and all these flames come out. And you know, like in the movies when the flames go up the wall like this, you know, they're like from all sides, but it doesn't shoot out. It's just, it looked like Satan's a-hole, okay? Like, I can't even explain to you what it looked like. And this man is now got him by the shoulders, and he's leaning to the door, but he's looking at me. And the more I'm screaming this guy's name to open up his damn eyes so the guy to take him through the door, the more this Oak is smiling at me as if to say, you're never going to get him. He's mine. Taking his soul to wherever the freaking hell this door goes to. And definitely not freaking Narnia. That's for damn sure. And I'm screaming, and it was like, everything was slow motion, but my panic was, everything was fast mo for me. Everything was slow mo. It was like he was taunting me, knowing that I would want this guy so badly just to open his eyes and like fight this guy off and save himself because I couldn't. And he got him to the door. And at this point, I'm running. I've made my way. I'm with the door and this person in my dream, but I still can't go through. I can't feel the flames. I can't put my hand through, but I can't get through. And I'm standing at the door and to like really try and scream. And I scream so loud that it feels like my scream penetrated the barrier and like hit me in my hair. My hair was like waving back. And when the guy holding him behind the shoulders looked at me and his whole face disappeared and all I could see was his smile, and I woke up. And that was my damn ass dream. The freaking shadow man. I think it is a thing, eh? And I'm like, who freaking dreams about that? Who dreams about people being mass murdered? Who dreams about a pool full of freaking that? And someone's soul being taken to hell. I can't explain to you. I didn't want, this guy in my dream to die. I just so badly wanted to save him. And I was screaming and banging and doing everything I could. I felt so helpless. And all I wanted to do was save him. I didn't want him to die. And I couldn't save him. And it bothers me. My dreams bother me. Because I do believe that in some weird way, yes, okay, it's your subconscious, whatever, storing information, and then I dream about what a fish paste, whatever that whole freaking thing is. But I believe that dreams do have hidden meanings and stuff. And I think I'm more paranoid about dreams and stuff ever since being, ever since dreaming about being pregnant, and then not even a couple months shy, not even 3 months shy of that dream falling pregnant. I'm not psychic, I don't know, who knows. But this dream bothered me so damn much. And I just wanted to actually just get it off my chest, because it's still bothering me to this day. I thought about it, and I was like, I'm going to do a damn video about it, because I wonder if I'm alone in this universe when it comes to bad dreams and nightmares that are so weird like that. The content of the dream is so freaking weird. And it's bothering me. Like last night I had a bad dream again. I can't remember what it was. Maybe that's a good thing. But the dreams are the worst. The ones where you can't run. The ones where you try and dial a number for someone to try and help you, and you can't get the numbers to type, or the freaking numbers shift. It's too much. It's too much. I don't dig those dreams. I don't dig it. And it's like I have bad dreams every single night. And I pray before I go to bed. I do meditation. Dude, I do whatever I need to do, excuse me, to not have bad dreams, and yet I still have really bad dreams. Oh, let me tell you about one dream. Sorry, I'll also stick to 3, but I'll make it a quick one. It's like when I was still in high school, and my brother and I were still living together at that time. I dreamt that I had phoned my dad to speak to my brother. And I'm like, hi, Dad, can I please speak to Clinton, And he's like, Robin, when are you going to accept that Clinton is no longer with us? And I'm like, man, what are you talking about? I just spoke to my brother yesterday. My dad's like, Clinton is dead. You need to really come to terms with the fact that your brother has passed away and move on. And I'm crying. And I'm like, he is not dead. He is well alive. I spoke to him yesterday, and the more my dad is repeating himself like a freaking robot, the more I'm repeating myself, the more I'm getting upset. And I end up waking up from the dream and telling my brother in the car on the way to school, and cried a little bit when I told him, because it was so real, and I didn't want him to die because I love my brother very much. So yeah, does anybody else have really bad dreams like me? Is it normal? What can I do before bed not to have bad dreams? Is there something I shouldn't eat or something I should drink before bedtime? Because it's exhausting. Does dreaming mess up your sleep? Do you lose sleep if you have bad dreams versus good dreams? Because I can't imagine I'm not well rested if I'm running from things or trying to save people. What do I do? I feel this is a little bit of a freaking situation. So if anybody freaking knows, let me know. That'll be freaking amazing. Because I'm starting to actually freak my damn self out. Like, I feel like there's something not lacquer with me. I don't know. So, if you guys have any suggestions, drop me a comment. Because I don't know, guys. I'm worried about myself. But anyway, let me finish my face, get on with my work, remake the bottles that I need to make. I'm so depressed. I hate the fact that I've wasted time and I am now losing out on money. And the middle of the month struggles is so real. So real. At what point does a person stop struggling and still do what you love and get support from people without holding a freaking bunch of nails in their hand and a hammer and a cross behind their backs because I'm going to get crucified for the things I've done in my past. Come on now, people. But anyway, thank you guys for watching and listening to me rant and rave. I actually do appreciate it because I actually feel a lot better saying out my dreams out loud because I've tried telling Alex about my dreams. I think he thinks I'm mentally unstable. Who knows? I don't know. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other and have good dreams because I know I won't be having any. Until next time, bye. Mwah. So I'm back. I just went to Google and I just went and checked out, the whole dreamy thing. And apparently stress and anxiety causes you to have bad dreams and nightmares, which is perfectly understandable considering I'm a walking freaking stress ball, anxiety ball. So at least I'm not mentally unstable. Because, and it's not a joke, and I don't mean to offend anyone by making a joke like that, because it's a real serious thing. Sorry, I say cereal instead of serious, like cereal that you eat. So I'm weird like that. Yeah, so it's just anxiety and stress, and considering the stress of those bottles that have broken, makes a lot of sense why my next couple of nights ahead are going to be filled with nightmares. Thanks, dogs. This should be fun. Okay. Sorry, just had to put it out there. Okay, bye. Oh, by the way, I'm watching I'm listening to the podcast, Heath and Zane Unfiltered. They're so freaking cool, okay? I like to listen to while I work. And I'll never give up you, Bailey. I love you so much because I said maybe I must give up homegirl Bailey, but she's my girl. And because I'll lie because I watched it this morning, first thing when I got ready for the day. So, okay, bye.